Shalom Chavrim, I'm Steve Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live, and yes, again, we have a situation with another shooter in Dayton, Ohio. This time, 10 reported dead just after the shooting in El Paso, Texas, that left 20 dead. And of course, the official report that's being put out in both cases is that it is lone gunmen. The Dayton, Ohio, they have a 24-year-old suspect that was actually killed in the shooting attack that happened there early this morning in the wee hours of the morning in Dayton, Ohio. And of course, El Paso, they arrested a 21-year-old, and of course, he is the one being accused of doing the mass killings of 20 people and wounding about 24. In the case of Dayton, Ohio, the gunman allegedly used an AK-47 Kalashnikov AK-47 styled rifle in his rampage through the store. But oddly enough, as we have been getting in some information in from friends over the last few days, and I say last few days because it's kind of suspicious that the Intifah group was planning a pretty much, what would you call it, a showdown in El Paso, Texas there. And then, of course, then we end up with this type of mass shooting. But the witnesses' accounts, information we got in from Dr. Rosa, doesn't match the narrative of the mainstream media. And also, on one particular video of the Dayton, Ohio shooting, clearly it can be heard in the video footage, not one, but multiple shooters. We're going to examine this evidence, and we want to thank different people. Brother Steve, who had sent me the email the day before the shooting there, talking about the Intifah and what they would be doing. And as well, Dr. Rosa, who speaks fluent Spanish, sent us the video there to look at of there's a couple of different witnesses there. One that spoke in Spanish that said that there were 4 gunmen dressed in black come running through the front door of the store. She was at the checkout line in Walmart and began to open fire indiscriminately at the people inside the store. Why isn't mainstream media telling us about these particular incidences and these witnesses? And there's more than one witness that has verified this information. And as I said, in the Dayton, Ohio video that I'm going to share with you in just a few moments here, it is very clear, especially for those of you that are professional shooters. I say professional because of my own background there, know very well when there's more than one weapon being used in the background. So we're going to get into that. As we said, though, El Paso reported that there were 20 dead thus far. I think 24 wounded. In Dayton, Ohio, 10 are dead. And 24-year-old Dayton, the Dayton shooter was killed at the scene. That's what we are hearing thus far right now. Now, I want to take you. This is video footage. And keep in mind, before I play this, the individual that was making the recording was using some very, very bad words in the video. I actually have it pretty much timed at the part where we don't have that. I'm going to play 2 different parts of the clip. And for the purpose of this is so that you can hear the different shootings that are going on. It starts off clearly with a single sounding of a shooter. And we're going to listen to this for about, looks like we're going to listen to about 8 seconds of this. Listen to this. All right, you can clearly hear the gun going off rapidly. Boom, 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 boom. All right, if we jump over and to the 18-second mark, this is when, if you really listen closely, and I will try to up the volume here. Well, it's up to 100 there. Let's look on the video here. That one's fully up. And on our volume, everything's fully up. Listen here. This is when I can detect myself. It is 2 different weapons then going off in this segment right here. We'll listen to this for about 3 to 4 seconds. All right, hang on. I must have got it in the wrong place. Let's back it up here. Right there. It's hard to tell with the background noise and stuff, but it seems to be that you can hear a second type of weapon going off. It's almost as if we're hearing two different weapons going off. Now, I can't say because I don't do this for a profession as far as analyzing gunshot sounds, but from my own background experience, it sounds like to me that it was two different weapons, especially if you're listening to it here. I don't know how well it comes out on your end there. But the individual was sitting in a car. You can see, I'll back up a little bit, play a little bit of this again here. Let's go to this side here. And it says on the screen here that Isaac was recording motorcycles waiting for me to get off when everything happens. So sad, prayers for anyone affected. Listen to this right here. Okay, that's the first part there. And of course the people running, and it's obvious that there is more than one weapon being used, unless the guy's got a gun in each hand, which that's not what the police are reporting in that case here. That's the Dayton, Ohio shooting, a live video feed, or not live, but a video feed that was live during the time that this was happening, taking place there, that picked up the shooting of this attack here. And it does appear that there is more than one shooter in that case there. All right, now El Paso, though, by the way, they're also, this is now being treated as a terrorism case, according to the U.S. State's Attorney on this. Claudine Wong reported U.S. Attorney in El Paso says they are treating this as a domestic terrorism case. We are going to do what we do to terrorists in this country and deliver swift justice. That's interesting. Wonder why they're going to do it that way. Is it kind of like the case of Timothy McVeigh, where he could just go to prison and announce that he wanted a speedy trial, execute me quickly, everything that was against the norms of laws in the United States of America, only to end up having his death faked, still breathing after he is pronounced dead? Let's hope this video stays on air after we put this up. All right, now this here came from, actually I picked this up just moments ago. Dusty, one of our friends that watches our broadcast here, just sent me a notification. She was part of this particular information, or this little chat thing here. She'd made a comment on there, the Gateway Pundit. And witness Vanessa Sanchez says she saw a man in a black t-shirt and cargo pants pointing at people and just shooting. And again, like I said, that's what the narrative is going around, that it's a single shooter there in El Paso, Texas. But thanks to Dr. Rosa, we got this particular video sent to us. I want to play this for you. This is on Believe 3.0. It was published yesterday, August the 3rd. After that, and it says here, El Paso Walmart eyewitness saw 3 to 4 shooters with guns dressed in black near the checkout. 2 videos, first one's Spanish, second one's in English. The suspect had multiple Twitter accounts. One, he hated Trump, and another, he loved Trump. Very strange stuff here. Antifa warned El Paso, let's see, 4 days before. The pictures of the unrest of one of the suspects has 2 different types of pants. The pics, 2 different fundraisers for the victim set up within several hours. Just some very strange things that are going on. And that's why I say we wanted to bring this to your attention. And as well, before I play that clip though, let me just share with you as well. This was the information, let's see. It's actually this one right here that was sent to me by Brother Steve. It sent me an email the day before the shooting. The Antifa anarchists are gearing up for a 10-day militancy training and siege of El Paso, Texas. This is on Natural News. Said the Antifa anarchists are gearing up for a 10-day military training and siege of El Paso, Texas by J.D. Hayes for News Target. We wonder when left-wing extremists would try to pull off a John Brown event prior to the 2020 election in the name of freeing illegal aliens, and it appears we may not have much longer to wait. You think it's possible that some of those in those dark shadows of what they call the, the shadow government there, or whatever you want to call them, they didn't take advantage of this particular Intifada and anarchists gearing up for their 10-day militancy training in Siege of El Paso to carry out this event right at that time? And I'm not any supporter of the Intifada anarchist either, but I'm just saying, it just seems a bit odd. So I want to thank Steve for doing that. And then, of course, Texas Lieutenant Governor tells Intifada to stay out of El Paso after Walmart shooting. Well, wonder who all was involved in this particular event here. Let's listen to the witnesses and what they say. And again, Dr. Rosa confirmed to us that this witness was speaking about up to 4 shooters standing there at the register. She saw them run in with her children. Listen in, and then we'll also listen to the English sides of this.
Channel, he interviewed her right outside.
Yes, get right there. Person doing the thing there talks about the person interviewing. Let's go right into it.
Usted estaba aquí con sus 2 hijos adentro de Walmart cuando empezó esto. Can you kind of translate maybe in English exactly what happened? So, ¿dónde estaba usted cuando pasó esto? Where were you when this happened? Cuando esto empezó.
Estábamos en el departamento de ropa de mujer.
Usted estaba diciendo que nos estaba pagando.
No, ya íbamos a la caja, íbamos pasando ahí y ya íbamos derecho a la caja. Cuando escuchamos los primeros balazos, que pensamos que eran golpes en el techo, cuando ya nos íbamos arrimando la caja, vi cuando entraron ellos por la puerta de enfrente.
¿Usted lo vio enfrente? ¿Cuánta gente vio?
¿Cuántas
personas pienso que vio?
3 o 4 personas, hombres.
4.
¿Y usted me dijo que se...
She said 4 hombres is what she saw. 3 to 4 hombres entering into the store dressed in black.
¿Tiró al suelo?
Sí.
¿Y cuando se tiró al piso, qué pasó? ¿Qué vio?
Volteé para donde iban ellos y yo los vi cuando iban corriendo, todavía como si fueran así para donde estaban los refrigeradores.
Sí.
Por allá se fueron. Ella me levantó y nos fuimos por la
That's her
puerta
daughter.
de emergencia.
De atrás,
sí.
Corriendo.
Sí. Y cuando volteé, antes de llegar a la puerta de emergencia, volteé y yo los vi cuando ya ellos ya venían también para donde nosotros íbamos.
Se corrieron de enfrente hasta atrás.
Sí.
Y usted dijo que vio 3 o 4 con shorts,
sí.
Dijo, cuando estaba en el suelo. O los vio y después se tiró.
Sí, los vi primero y luego me tiré. Y ya después nomás, cuando volteé por el piso, los vi cuando iban corriendo. Todos. Se miraban los pies de ellos cuando iban formados corriendo hacia donde están las hieleras.
Y no piensa que era el policía que vio.
No eran policías.
No era policía.
Okay, so he's asking her, were they the police? And she said, no, they were not the police that were going in there doing the shooting. Now they're going to go into English on this, so let's just bear with it just for a moment. I think it's important because, and I know at the beginning of the video, the lady here gives credit to the individual that made this video. Let me just pull back to that. We'll come back to this 3-minute, 43-second mark here.
I'm making some observations about that. One thing I want to make a note of, it's very important, is the mainstream media is saying there's only 1 suspect and only 1 person arrested right now. It's about 7 p.m. right now in Texas. But before that, they were saying that there were a couple people arrested, there were possible multiple suspects, etc., etc. Well, I have a video here I found on Twitter of someone who interviewed someone right outside of Walmart who witnessed it, that there were 3 to 4 shooters dressed in black. Okay? And this is not in the news. Nobody's interviewing them. So I want to make note of it before this disappears. There are people that are also getting their accounts shut down on Twitter just for reporting on the subject. Okay, so...
All right, so that's what she's saying there. Now, before we go back to that 3-minute, 43-second mark, I want to just see if she actually posted... all right, I don't see the actual person that did the Twitter video. Okay, here we go. It's actually on the video itself. All right, so I'll make sure we just give credit to this man here. Ivan Pierre Aguirre is the man that actually did the Twitter account video. Adriana and her 2 children were inside near the cash register when the shooter started. She says she saw 3 to 4 men in black as shooters. All right. So Ivan, thank you for your courage. I'm going to look you up as well. And I have no idea how long his stuff will stay up either. Let's continue on. Let's go back to that spot where we left off at and continue to listen.
¿Y su hijo dónde estaba cuando estaba pasando todo esto?
Estábamos juntos.
Juntos.
Sí.
Where were you? You guys got on the floor? After you heard gunshots, what sounded?
After my mom saw the people and she said they're actually shooting. And then that's
Can you speak a little louder?
when my mom said that she heard the shooting, that's when my mom, and she saw the 3 men running, that's when she told us to come to the floor.
And then you just started heading back.
The emergency.
So you heard you guys heard multiple shooters. Muchas gracias. I'm sorry you guys had to go through this. Thank you for telling us the story. Gracias.
Gracias.
Thanks for sharing your story. Thanks, man.
Now she's going to share.
She was in there too? You guys are both in there?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Kiana.
Kiana? Kendall, where you guys from?
Here, I'm from here.
I'm Tennessee. So you guys were in the Walmart just shopping back to school?
No, we were gonna get some food. The freezer section, and he's like, "Is there a shooter?" And I look over past the.
I was like, "Is that gunshots?" Because it was too consistent to be anything else, and then she's like, "That is."
I looked past, and people were screaming, "There's a shooter!" And I saw motion, and then I came back, and I was like, "That's a shooter!" And we're trying to run, and we were pushing people out the way, trying to.
Okay, so here's the second video. It was of the daughter.
We were on the clothesman, and we just thought it was.
Now this video here is filmed by, or at least posted by, Jeff Dericio, interviewing the daughter of the first lady that was interviewed in this video. Listen to this one here.
Something hitting the floor or the wall, and that's when my mom's like, "No, it is actually shooting," and she saw 3 men running in, and they were all just like back. And that's when my mom said, "Drop down, go down to the floor." And after that, I just grabbed my mom, I heard her brother by the hand, and I just said to mom, like, "Push back." Did you guys see anyone shot, wounded? No, we just saw my mom saw the 3 men running. Were they holding guns? Were they holding? So she saw them actually shooting the guns. How are you feeling right now? Panicking, scared. But your family's all safe? Yeah, my family's all safe. Okay, thank you, Brittany.
Okay, so we have 2 witnesses out, and they said he found impeachment on this one on Twitter, and ignoring eyewitness accounts of 3 or 4 shooters for a moment, because releasing all security cam footage would prove or disprove that. Just a couple.
Anyway, you can listen to this lady here. You can go to her video to listen to what she posted as well, which I want to thank her, Believe 3.0, for putting this information together for people to look at there, as well as Ivan Pierre Aguirre and the other group there that had also posted this information. You know, this is citizens getting active and getting the news out there before different entities decide to suppress the truth about what's really happening. And it's really interesting because it reminds me of the shooting here in Florida at the school, where they have one lone gunman that is arrested and blamed for it. But clearly there were students that reported more than one, and of course even in like police type of attire, in like SWAT attire, that were carrying out the shootings there. The one teacher that actually speaks about that, wondering what was the police doing shooting at the kids there. Because it's what it had the appearance of. Of course, not any insignias or markings or anything of that nature there, but clearly not the shooter that was defined in the Florida shooting as well. And this is what is happening across the country. There is an agenda, clearly, whether it's to disarm the nation, whether it's to bring about chaos, to bring about new laws. Who knows? Who knows what the purpose of this is all for? But anyway, listen, leave us your comments down below. Do keep in mind, though, that for some reason, YouTube has decided to go against us on comments now. They're not letting people's comments on a video. We might get 50 to 100 comments that make it through. Unfortunately, that's not us. So if your comment's not making it up, I have no idea why. We've reached out, tried to figure out what's going on. We just don't get any answers back. And if you're checking out our video, you're not subscribed, do click the subscribe button. On a daily basis, YouTube removes 50 people from our channel indiscriminately. And we're getting reports from you guys all the time. They're unsubscribing you. And also as well, let me just remind you, the conference, August the 17th, we'll be speaking about all kinds of these things that are going on. But check out IsraeliNewsLive.org. Scroll down here. You'll see it, Orlando Conference, August 17th, 2019. And you can go right there. You can see that. I have to make the adjustment for Deanne Loper. She will not be speaking at the conference there. Myself, my wife will be the speakers there at the conference, so I'll try to make those changes. If you want to come, we need you to make a comment in this particular link right here. It is at the Embassy Suites by Hilton, 225 Shorecrest Drive, Ultimate Springs, Florida, which is East Orlando area. The seating is limited, as we said before, so place your comment there. We've got people that have been leaving the comments. We do have a lot of people coming. We're limited to 150, and there's no charge on this conference. We really were hoping to get a lot of the Spanish people to come, especially from the Florida area, other areas as well that want to come to really help spread the word of what's going on in this world today, this major conspiracy to overthrow the Christian community and to place them under Talmudic laws. So we'll be speaking about those things. And also, if you want to contribute to the ministry, our address is always right there on our website, Danoon Institute, or in my name, Stephen Ben-Nun, at 8297 Champions Gate Boulevard, number 442, Champions Gate, Florida, 33896. So we thank you for your help and your support of this ministry, and we look forward to seeing you on the 17th. That's a Saturday coming up very, very soon. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live, Erev Tov. I'll be talking to you later this evening, still yet another interesting message.